first time I had, it might have been with Fresh and Fit, and Fresh was like, no, you don't get it. The dating world is way different than when you were dating 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, like, just take care of yourself. Like, you know, as Andrew Tate would say, just be a top G, dude. Just like, I don't understand. It's not hard, man. Like, just get fit, do your stuff, like, become charismatic, like, serve. There's a lot of ways to become great. And they're like, no, dude, it ain't that. Think about it. And so, like, they started to explain all these reasons why the dating world is so different today and social media and all this stuff. And I was like, okay, that kind of makes sense. And then they started talking about, you know, like everyone waiting to get married now. And now, like, there's just this weird dynamic with women not being able to find men later on in their careers. And I was like, man, these are actually legitimate problems that I'm seeing.
Yeah. The average age of first marriage, I believe, has moved up to 30 years old for women. I believe that is the case. James Sexton, the divorce attorney, we're having him on our show. He's going to Joe Rogan, I think, this week. Here pretty soon. He's been updating. He's a friend of mine. He's been updating us on like some of these divorce statistics, and yeah, it's one of these situations where.
What was it before? If it's 30 now, that's freaking
like
late.
in the 1850s or in the 1950s.
1850s.
In the 1950s, it was probably 22, 23, and now it's 30. It consistently moves up later and later because women don't need men. I mean, that's not a criticism. It's just the truth. Like, legitimately, you can buy a Glock and make $300,000 a year as a woman and replace those things that a husband would have given you in 1950. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, but like the thing is that is disproportional. Like, there's a bunch of things as far as procurement, providing, protecting that women legitimately don't
needed
need
back
men.
then. They didn't have the opportunity to have.
But they still want men. And when they look for the men they want, they're looking for Jason Momoa and Chris Hemsworth. And that's what's unfortunately happening is that they're being inundated with images on social media. It's a combination of being inundated with images of men that are exceedingly good looking or wealthy on social media, combined with on dating apps, them having the ability to left swipe thousands of men. But
don't men have the same problem with porn and all these other things?
Yes, so porn is the analogy, but the difference is this. With porn, this is a complete and total fantasy that is screwing up their dopamine.
Yes.
And so not only
that's a huge problem in men.
So not only are they not getting good with women, they're actually getting worse. Like, they're going to have erectile dysfunction or whatever when they get into actual sexual situations, and they're going to see there's studies that show if you continually show men non-contextualized pictures of attractive women, they start to see their partner is less and less attractive. That's very dangerous when you consider porn makes men delusional. Porn is a super big problem. And the reason why porn is so pervasive is because men often, most of the time, look for their validation through sex. Women look through their validation through attention. And so because of that, you'll see women will do 6,000 left swipes for every one date they go on dating apps. They're not going on dating apps to go on dates. They're going on dating apps for validation, and it's causing this massive mismatch. 80% of men on dating apps are deemed to be below average attractiveness by women. 20% are deemed to be attractive, and 4.5% of men are deemed to be so attractive that women will actually pursue them. And those 4.5% of men are getting outrageous numbers of options with women. I have some friends of mine that are like this. They have hundreds of matches, and then I have most of my guy friends that get none.
So it's a situation of winner take all.
Yes,